Now it's like my turn. I'm like,
Oh, God.
Jurassic Park. I'm sorry. I know you've had to talk about it for generations upon generations, but I mean, it's a perfect film, and it's so smart,
Really
and it
is.
holds up so well, and at a time where people were probably starting to dabble with CGI things, CGI and stuff like that, and it's like, no, practical effects obviously shows you how well it stands up. And I'm like, what stunt scene do you remember best? Because there's so much action in that first film. And is there one that still haunts you?
Yeah, nothing much happens for about 45 minutes. We're just having a tour of the island and things are breaking down as it's on. And then once it starts, it never stops.
Yeah.
That's a full-on Spielberg thing. But I think I always think the great thing about it is with would you call it a horror film? It has some horror elements, that's for sure. It's the things you don't see. It's the dinosaurs that you think. I mean, for me, the scariest moment is when we're stuck in the vans and the goat has been eaten.
Oh yeah.
Something terrible is afoot, and you can hear something sort of walking around.
Well, I was even going to ask, like if how it read on the script of the water glass, and you just see the water shaking, and like versus what we actually see is so perfect.
Yeah, that's a really good touch. Who thinks of these things? I rescue the kid out of the tree. We clamber down, and we've got to get faster and faster because the Jeep that he's been stuck in is breaking branch after branch.
Yes, falling.
It's going to kill us. And we sort of hide between these roots of this fig tree, and the thing smashes above our head, and our lives are spared. But that was for me, that was the most fun action.
Well, at the beginning of the set, were you like, oh my God, I want to play with all the dinosaurs and touch them? And by the end of the set, were you like, I'm so over this being chased by dinosaurs. I don't care anymore.
No, I liked the velociraptors a lot. And the guys that were running the velociraptors, each one had a crew of like 6 guys, that you don't see, obviously. And I would be walking around the set, and I'd pass a velociraptor, and it would suddenly look at me, and it was quite freaky.
They were so realistic.
Yeah,
they really were, and I think the reason one of the reasons the film works very well is that it's not just CGI. I mean, you can do anything with CGI now. You can do whatever you want. You can blow up whole worlds, and people do. But we also had these fantastic full-size, full-scale puppet things, I suppose you'd call them, which were animatronic. Stan Winston made them. He was a sort of genius. So when you see a dinosaur, it'll sometimes it's a computer generated dinosaur, and sometimes it's this real thing that's right in your face. So the combination of those two, I think, gave it a sort of an extra kind of tactile thing. You can sense them. You can almost touch them when you're watching the film.